now to find Pharaon wherever he may be. I hope he isn't too far away, because then things would be really, really tricky in trying to get things back together. Now, I hear a sneaky Morval around here. I also see many other things about too. Nasty things like this Blood Witch here, who's apparently trying to make a fresh batch of this vile stuff that we're trying to get rid of. Well, then we'll just have to get rid of it again. And keep on getting rid of it until all the Blood Witches are gone. Well, it'd be nice to get Lareth gone, but she seems to be rather nasty. Now. Oh, hold on. That looks like a familiar face down there, right? Well, if that's Pharaon, then great. Is that V-Snack with him? Well, we'll have to find out in a moment. First, we need to get by this bat. Yes, it is V-Snack. Hello, Pharaon. It's nice that you got here.
I lingered outside the halls to see if Viznak escaped, but the Merivale were in close pursuit.
Yes, I took out many of the Merivale as I could and carried him here, but Viznak is gravely injured. I do not know if more are coming, but you must bring help. Hurry. Alright, I will find Rodrog and tell him what's up. Alright, fine. Let's get some help for the goblin. I found them alive.
They're alive? We must go at once.
Very well, then let's go. Oh, yes, Stolenthal?
What is wrong? Is this about your friend, Viznak? Who is he?
Well, Viznak is wounded. Farah needs help. It's someone we met earlier in adventures. Okay, I'll see what I can do. I will help, of course. I should be able to patch him up so that we can get him to safety. Good.
You told him? But can we trust him with Vizrak's secret?
I think we can. Okay, good enough. We could leave at once. Right.
Viznak has escaped the halls of Blacklaw with his life, but the Merivale are closing in. We must hurry before Firemainden is overrun.
Alright, we'll see what we can do. Let's get down this way and be careful. I often run into nasty things along this path. Especially someone who likes to brew up potions. Oh, it looks like no one brought a new cauldron here. Rod Dog, I need help. He's seriously wounded. Your friend is a goblin? I think you failed to mention this. Well, I missed something. Yes, we were unsure how you would react. Pineleaf assured me that you could be trusted. I see that he is your friend. He most likely saved our lives in the halls of Blacklaw. Aye, it was the second time he saved my life.
Weapons at the ready. The Merivale must have followed us. We will save the explanations for another time.
Very well, let's go.
I will do what I can. Just keep them away from us.
Oh, okay, there are... Oh, here they come! The problem is you can't always see them when they're ready to come because, well, they can fly. That does make things a little bit tougher when you're fighting them. Well, Well, that helps. Any more? I think the answer to that is yes. Alright, there you go. We have this Morphle here who's slow to the party, apparently. And this Merivale who is apparently rather resistant to my spear thrust. Alright, there you go. But not completely immune to them, that's for sure. Well, you've got some friends here who are pretty slowly approaching. They must. Oh, stalkers! Yes, the stalkers must stalk. They can't rush in like everybody else, of course. Well, you don't hire stalkers for a job like this, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh. And now for you. Aww. She didn't get a stun off. Too bad. Anything else? Yeah. Oh, blood witches! Really? Oh well. Well, no way to avoid that one for sure. That's... Okay. Now you two. Hey, why am I stuck here? Oh, I'm being impaled by this Morphle. No wonder. Get your talons out of my toes. Yes. No more? Good. There. I believe he'll live. Viznak, why would you do that? You could have been killed. Yes, why risk your life for us? What kind of king will I be if I let my subjects die? Waste a good bodyguard. Who is this lady with you? Never seen her before. What lady? Dolantal's a man, a fellow ranger. Ha! Red Dog can't tell. Are all Tarks this stupid? Is he right? None of us have ever seen you before. Who are you really, Tholenthal? Well, as the time to reveal myself has come. Very well. You must promise not to tell the rest of the Rangers my true identity. Yeah. Well? Oops. Lady Elwyn? Lady
Eowyn, does Captain Faramir know you're here?
Probably not.
He does not, and I would prefer to keep it that way.
Now, I believe we should return to the tower. Yeah, after she returns... after she resumes her disguise, I guess. Are we ready to return?
The more rangers there are that know my true identity, the harder it will be to maintain my deception. Alas, it was necessary to reveal myself to them. Let us return to the tower. The city continues higher still.
Well, there is that. It looks like Viznak decided not to go into the tower.
Don't worry, Bisnock has a plan.
Hi, Pineleaf. How's my favorite bodyguard? Yes. Well, Viznak won't let some bat bite slow him down. No way. Not when my bodyguards need me. I'll stay here with Farron and Radog until Blight Lady goes away. Stupid Blight Lady! She's the worst! You go inside. I'm sure Farron wants to order you around some more. I'll stay out here, out of sight. Pretty sure the other rangers aren't so nice to goblins. You're right about that. Just say, you're right about that. That was quite an ordeal.
Now that the crisis is averted, I will return my focus to the halls of Black Law.
It's undoubtedly in the best interests of three peoples that everything inside the halls is removed from this world. However, we witnessed Lareth adding the recipe for her perfected plague to the archive. Do you understand what a boon it would be to understand how it is made? Our scholars can study it, develop a cure, possibly find a way to counteract it before it is even released. We must find a safe way inside the archive, and we must find that plague recipe. I will put all of my efforts into this task, but caution requires patience. I will find a way to contact you when the time is right, and then we will return to the halls of Black Lore. Alright? And we need some boots, I guess. Some decent boots. Alright. Good. Now, I think I need to speak with Faramir. No, I'm not going to tell him about Eowyn, but I believe I need to speak with him about other matters. It appears I've not only found Faramir, but I've also found a friend. Hello.
So we are not the only ones taking an interest in Minas Morgul.
From your report, it sounds as if Ugrkur and Lareth have both sent their forces to the city, and Gothmog still commands a significant portion of the orcs within. Furthermore, this Morgul cultist spoke of one called Dogulzigir, about whom I have heard little. These interests may not align with each other for now, but we cannot take the risk that they might set aside their differences. Any of these foes will slay us without a second thought. The Valley of the Secret Shadow. I do not like the sound of that. Perhaps Mithrandir will know something about this place. Ooh, yeah. Well, what do you say, Mithrandir, or Gandalf, or what other name you're using today?
The Valley of the Secret Shadow?
That is Thringwath, but its location is unknown to me, and to any good folk, too, I should expect. Do you remember the orcs that challenged the forest gate on the edge of Erin Lasgalen? The note you found mentioned a hidden pass named Foch Ungurs and a secret enchantment. It's possible that these spells marked the way to Thuringwath. But I have come here for another reason. I have uncovered developments most interesting from my study of the Black Book of Mordor. Oh, what now, I wonder? What now? Every time he reads that thing, something weird and crazy is found within it.
I will tell both you and Prince Faramir what I have learned.
Yes, and let's not delay in this. I'll tell you both of this, so that he have the time to, right, and the interest to listen. Does he have it? Well, do you have the time and interest to listen to this account, Faramir? Will this be any stranger than any other things we've heard so far?
Faramir, I must ask that you not pepper me with questions.
You must not pepper me with questions while I tell both of you the tale, or it will take much longer. Trust that Pineleaf will explain to you anything you do not understand. A wizard's time is valuable, and I cannot spend all day relating my discoveries to you. Are you both ready to listen? Very good. Very good.
These are the halls of memory, where the words of Voen give shape to deeds from long ago. Hold your questions, Faramir.
Back to the halls of memory, and let's see what new memories he has dredged up. When last we left Voin and his companions, they adventured in the Grey Mountains. Let us turn our attention to the arid Mithrin and pick up the thread of that tale. All right? It seems every new discovery leads to further questions. Oh, what a shock. What this time? I wonder what else we might learn from the words of Voin. Well, you already know what's coming up, I think. Otherwise, you wouldn't be sending me in here, right? I suspect that's the case. Well, let's see what we have this time. Other than a trip through memory lane, literally. What do you say, Gandalf? For 3 years, Voin and his new companions adventured the length and breadth of the Grey Mountains and the northern reaches of the Misty Mountains, hunting down the remaining vestiges of Angmar and bringing battle to the evils dwelling in Gundabad. Never did they know defeat, and their triumphs emboldened Prince Eomer. Well, that's never going to be a good idea. He remembered a promise he had made years before. Intent on seeing it fulfilled, he invited his companions to make the southward journey to his home, to Gondor. They would stay for a time in Minas Anor, as the city was then called, and plan the occasion of their next victories. Okay. The evils that lurk still in Gundabad must have rejoiced to see them go. The words of Voin draw us forward. Alright, let's move forward. More words, 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 and words through these dark tunnels, all of which look pretty much alike. Voin does not record the name of the tavern. Might have been the Merry Swan? Well, it depends on whether or not the Merry Swan has been around for 1,000 years. But this is Gondor. Yes, I believe it may have been the Merry Swan. Gandalf muses, stroking his beard. Another round! Only one more? I say give us 2 at once! My throat is parched, the Southlands are dry, and I have a great thirst. Then we will be spared more tales of your lost city? That seems unlikely, Makilnis. Ah, so it does! The harps sing loud, the fires burn low. Enough, my friends. I know we all know that song by now. I did not call you here for drinking, no? You didn't? Well, not only for drinking, Seal. What then? You know of Halanon, the survivor of Dirtland? I? We do? He survives no longer. He died in his sleep 2 moons ago. Well, I know nothing of him. Old was he? What did he survive? Thrice 10 years ago, Halanon served in the fortress of Dirtland, the Black Guard. The fortress was taken by Ugrikor, the captain of the pit. The defenders surrendered. Ugrikor accepted their surrender and slew them anyway. All save one. Halanon. It is a sad tale, and one I fear will become all too common where Mordor is concerned. I met with Halanon some years ago, and promised to enact his vengeance upon Ugrikor. I will slay the captain of the pit, and retake Dirtland, I told him. But there was never a good opportunity, and now Halanon is dead. What will I say to his sons if I never make good on my promise? You could make sure that he never crossed their path. A jest! It's a jest! Dirthan, you say? When do we leave? Ha 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 ha. Oh well. I can see what's on his mind. Well, Gandalf, when did they leave? The plans were made, and they were kept secret from all but Eärnur's band. Even his father, the king, did not know what they intended. Voin says this of their departure: pleasant weather, few clouds, warm but not uncomfortable. Left the city without incident. Silmatar thinks so highly of our chances that he believes the prince will be made king upon his successful return. It was not to be so, Pineleaf. It was not to be so. If indeed they met in the Merry Swan, they should have left all traces of merriment behind them. But they did not. To the prince and his friends, it seemed almost a holiday. It beggars belief that they thought it would be easy. I can read the admonishment in Voin's words, born from late wisdom. Too late. It is reluctance he draws us on to Dirthang. Ooh, nasty things happen in Dirthang. That's a well-hidden passage. But we have to make sure we navigate through it. The fine weather of our departure did not last, Gandalf reads solemnly. It didn't. The experience in Mordor was bleak. To hear Voin tell it, nothing went right for them once they passed into this land. The fortress that was once called Dirthan became far more inhospitable with its transformation into Dirthang. It was more well defended than the adventurers expected. Why did they expect it to be undefended? And they faced strong opposition from the very beginning. Well, it is a fortress. It's supposed to be well defended. Silmatar soon changed his opinion of their fortunes, receiving a leg wound that caused him to a great deal of pain and put a limp in his step. They found no signs of Ugarkor within the fortress, and as their dream of slaying the captain of the pit faded, tempers in the fellowship ran hot. Eärnur dulled his sword on the thick hide of a mountain troll, and with each combat the blade weakened further. At last it snapped, and the Prince of Gondor was left powerless. He didn't bring a whetstone with him, I guess, to resharpen his sword. Oh, well, I suppose that's possible. Anyway, what you really need is a stronger weapon. How about a spear? He should have brought a spear with him, right? You cannot continue without a sword, my prince. You cannot continue without a sword, my prince. Wield mine in place of yours. But that would leave you weaponless, and we need your blade skill. No, I'll find something else, all right? This will do. Really? An orc blade? That's a poor substitute. It will have to do. The adventurers knew they could not reclaim the fortress without first slaying Ugarkor, but for as long as he eluded them, Dirthang would remain the property of Mordor. Their spirits low, they resolved to leave. And that, Voin tells us, is when they felt a new presence upon the battlements. A new presence. What is that? An apparition approaches. It looks like Uridani Stonemaiden. Leave it be. We had best to get out of here. Wait. I know this presence. Uridani? Mogadir, we cannot stay. How can this be? How are you so changed? Magodir, I hear more orcs approaching. I had hoped you would abandon Mordor. What happened to you? Well? Moguldir! Knights of Gondor, to me! Now you will die, witch! I'm not too sure she's going to. The creature is gone. Fool elf! What were you thinking? Ah, Voin. You are right. It was a deception. I was foolish to believe it. Erner, he will not last. The orcs are getting closer. It sounds like a lot of them. Hurry and lift him up. We have to go. No, Erner. These wounds are my last. I can feel it. Listen to me, Erner. Take my sword. Wield Orthadel and defeat evil. I will, my friend. I will. Now, go! Alas, poor Moguldir. And so the survivors of Erner's band returned to Minas Anor, defeated and mourning the loss of their friend. Silmatar's hopes as they set forth did not come to pass. Indeed, King Arenel was more wroth than they had ever seen, and he forbade his son from leaving the city without his consent. To Voin's eyes, the prince was made a prisoner, and every day the flame of Aener's rage grew hotter still. Aener met with Voin and his knights in the secret to weave an elaborate plot of revenge against those he blamed for the death of Moguldir, Uridani Stonemaiden for the deed itself, and Ugrakor for his absence at Durthang. If he had been there, Voin writes, the whole adventure would have gone differently. The prince is sure of it. Gandalf strokes his beard. I see in this account much that is familiar, Pineleaf. No, not the deeds themselves, for I have never seen any record of this doomed expedition to reclaim Durthang in the texts of Gondor. What I find familiar is this description of Aener, son of King Eärnil II. Even the known records of his disposition describe Aener's life as bold, brash, and reckless. I wonder if he remained so as Mordorith, and now as Gothmog. That is enough for now, my friend, and Faramir. I trust you paid attention to all this as well? These are matters all concern you closely. For this foe now lurks upon the edge of your lands, and in a city that will demand your protection and that of your king once it is retaken. Well, there is that. That was quite a story. How would we have this guide us? We have to find that out in the next episode of A Tale of Two Pine Leaves.